Oh, what a beautiful day. Welcome to EHILIZ talk show program. Vivid View.
Say and do it.
Positive attitude produce and promote positive health. Say something, somebody.
My name is Badmus Caleb. Positive attitudes produce and promote positive health. In my own perception is by speaking positivity into your life can actually enlighten or improve your life or your health.
Mr. Champion, positive attitude produce and promote positive health. The way we think, the way we speak, the way we act will eventually determine how healthy we become, how the state of welfare that we live in. So it's important to remember that success is lived inside out. You want to live healthily, you want to enjoy a good sense of well-being, you must think differently. You must wake up with a sense of hope, and you can cope in every life situation.
Yeah, thank you so much for that beautiful contribution to that teaser. Positive attitude produce and promote positive health. Yes, you are sick, you are ill. But how you manage it, how you receive it is also very, very key. Do you just condemn yourself completely? Oh, my own is finished. Oh, they say it's a deadly disease. I don't think I'll come out of it. And you're pronouncing this with your mouth. No, now. So how you also receive it is also very, very key. Yes, it's a chronic disease. It's something that could kill. But God, I'll overcome this. I'll get out of this. Because you're already speaking positively to yourself. It will help you. Now, there's a story that came during time of HIV. A young man was mistakenly diagnosed. His result was changed. And immediately he had it. Instantly, he started dying. Oh, you know how we believe HIV before. Of course, it's still a killer disease or whatever. But after 2 days, they came back to him. In that hospital, almost dying. He doesn't want to eat anymore. He say he lost appetite. But after this, so we're so sorry. We're so sorry. We will give another report to you. We are really so sorry. Immediately he had, he said, what? He jumped, the way he jacked up from the bed. He said, what? Some negative, no more positive. He got well almost immediately. If you react so badly to things you hear, it will affect your health, definitely. So things you hear will come. People will tell you certain things, but you reject it. I remember sometime I also went to one hospital here in Lagos. I had a complaint, and the MD of the hospital, unfortunately, told me, quoted something else. Because I'm a little bit lightened, I knew where it was. I said, God forbid. And I was shocked and said, Amen, God forbid. But you need to run a test. I said, yes, I'll run a test. I ran a test, and it was negative. Because I first canceled it. But I know someone will say, hey, you mean this is what happened to me? Oh. Well, they sit them now, how they panic. So don't panic when you have a positive mind and to be where we feel. In reality, health is wealth. I mean, what can you do or achieve when you are ill? Therefore, health protections against prolonged illness is the topic for discussion today. It is time for a short break, and when we come back, our guests will be introduced. Please don't go away. Vivid View.
Say and do it.
Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, the topic again is health protections against prolonged illness. And with me in the studio is the medical personnel. Let's make welcome Dr. Tolu Taiwo.
Vivid View.
Say and do it.
Before discussion proper, please follow us on social media handles are displayed on the screen. Dr. Tolu, you're welcome again.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, thank
again.
you. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. We will have your brief introduction, definition, and perspective on the subject matter.
Health protection against prolonged illness. Well, the way we are designed as human beings, our bodies work. We have so many organs, so many cells in the body, and these things work like a machine. So you have a car, for instance. You have to service that car. If not, the car will break down. And then you also have to put the right things into the car. There's a particular kind of fuel that you must use in that car. If the car is a petrol engine, if you put diesel in it, it will knock the engine. You can't put water inside. So there are things that you must do to maintain your car. You service it regularly. The same thing too with this human body. It has so many organs, so many cells, and so many things, yes, that we need to take care of. So what we do most times is that we just wake up, you feel okay, you move on. And then you don't realize that you have to service your body, so to speak, and ensure that the right things are going in your body. So some of these things include, one, the kind of food you eat. Very important. Rest and sleep, exercise. So these are all the things we look at, and then maybe as we go on along in the program, we'll talk about them more, more and more along the way.
All right. Thank you. So we've already mentioned eating. So how does a balanced food or eating a balanced meal or food, how does it help our health?
Okay, so yes, what you put in your body is what will keep you going. The kind of thing you put in your body will also determine whether it will be a positive effect or negative. So first of all, the most important thing you put in your body is water. We should drink water, plenty of water. Water is what forms your blood, and blood is life.
You say water has no enemy.
Yes, it has no enemy. So water is very important. Most of your body, about 50 to 60%, is made of water. Even your bone has water in it. So water is very, very important. It's very healthy. So first of all, ensure you drink water every day. Then we talk about the balanced diet. You must have the major components in it. We have proteins, we have carbohydrates, we have fruits and vegetables. They all have their impact. The carbohydrate will give you energy, which will be broken down into sugar that your body can use. Now, it's also important that you eat the healthy kind of sugar. Most of the processed sugars that we have in most of the drinks and things we see are unhealthy. So those are things that you need to cut off from your diet or reduce to the barest minimum. But still, you need that carbohydrate for energy. So take the natural foods. Take your gari, your rice, your fufu, things like that. Natural carbohydrate is more healthy for the body. Then, of course, you need protein. Protein helps with some energy and also to repair the body. And with protein, it is said that you should take less of red meat. That is animal meat like cow, like goat meat, like pig, the pork, dog meat, and all those things, because it has more cholesterol in it. So we should eat less of that. Eat more of white meat, poultry, fish, seafood, very healthy. Then don't forget fruits and vegetables, very, very important. Most of the vitamins and minerals that we need in our body are from fruits and vegetables, and they form the immune system that will actually help you to prevent or fight against sickness and disease. So all your vitamin A, B, D, E, they're all in the fruits. All your things like zinc, magnesium that help your body, you need all those things. Your food can even be medicine. Food as medicine to help in preventing sickness and disease.
When you talk about protein, you talk, I don't know, there's always this argument that the protein we have here, for this red meat you mentioned, goat, cow and all that they are very, very organic. And so they are safe for us. It's the one they do abroad, they used to use their small thing to rear, that is the one that is really more harmful. How do you look at that?
Okay, so well, yes, it's said that in other parts of the world, the western part of the world, what they feed their cows is different from what we feed our cows here. So we do more of the natural grass and and those green plants and all that. So maybe the meat here might be healthier, but the truth still is that cholesterol level in those animal meat is still high. Okay. So I'm not saying don't eat at all animal meat at all, but minimize it. Okay. Do more of the white meat compared to the red meat because of that cholesterol.
All right, thank you so much. We'll go for a break now. Vivid View.
Say and do it.
welcome back. We are still discussing health protections against prolonged illness. And then, why is regular exercise important for good health?
Okay, thank you for that question. Exercise is one of the most important things that we can do for our health. And sadly, a lot of people don't realize the importance of it. Number one, exercise is part of what forms your immune system to fight against sickness and disease. It helps you to build stamina. It makes you stronger. Secondly, when you look at the heart, the heart is actually a muscle. So when you exercise, you're also helping your heart to be stronger, to perform more effectively. So it will pump blood around the body more effectively. And in doing that, it now helps to control blood pressure. So it will reduce the risk of hypertension, reduce the risk of stroke, and heart disease generally. So exercise is very useful for those things. Also, it helps the mind, the brain to function better. Then also there is what there are some hormones that are released when you exercise. We call them feel-good hormones. So they actually make you more positive, like you mentioned about being positive.
Yeah.
So it helps your mood. You are more positive, you are more inspired to do things you need to do and to achieve your goals. So exercise is very important in so many aspects. That is something that must be part of the body. And then also as we grow older, right, our muscles, it helps to build muscles all over the body, right, to keep them fit. Now as you now grow older, your muscles become weaker. The legs especially, which carry all the weight. So whether you like them, by the time you are getting to 40 years and above, it is now even more important that you do exercises and strengthen the muscles so they don't become flabby. So exercise is very, very important.
So could it be one of the reasons why we have so many people with arthritis, knee issues and all that?
Yes, it can help for arthritis to some extent, because arthritis itself also, although with age, most people, it will still be there, but it can help. Okay. Then, especially for strengthening the muscles of the leg. I know somebody who noticed that in his family, many of the elderly people, when they are getting to 70 years, they end up in the wheelchair. Jesus. So you realize that their legs become weak. So, and then on further study, realize that, look, you need to deliberately exercise and strengthen your leg muscles so that they can keep you going even as you get older.
What food should be avoided to prevent diseases like heart, kidney and all that? Okay,
great. Number one, sugar. And I mean processed sugars. The sugars you find in most of the drinks that we take, the soft drinks, the beer, the alcohol, different things, even the juice that are packaged and they tell you fruit juice, many of them they come from processed sugars, and that processed sugar is not good for the health. It makes people to age faster. It can make your skin to wrinkle. And then as you grow older, it can also lead to diabetes. People that are 40 and above, because there are two types of diabetes. There's type 1 that happens in younger people, children, teenagers. You may not be too easy to control that. But type 2 is often caused by lifestyle. So what you eat especially. So those sugars, because as your body grows older, your metabolism will change. So you must reduce the stress you are causing your body by just consuming sugar and all kinds of things.
The name of enjoyment.
Yes. So it's very important. Sugar especially, avoid as much as possible. Then junk food. Most of these things that you will eat, the burger, the meat pie, most of these are made from flour, because we found out that flour itself, to the way it is, I think some years back, there was some different kind of flour being produced generally. I think it started from the Western world. When they try to make these things better, to modify them genetically, and eventually this particular kind of wheat has spread around the world. So it spikes the blood sugar. So another thing that can cause things like diabetes and all that. So junk food, avoid as much as possible. Eat natural food. We call it whole foods. Like I mentioned earlier, eat your gari, eat your rice, eat your fufu. Those things are healthier. Eat your fruits and vegetables. They are healthier and will help the body to function better.
You know, in this our side, eating food, we feel that the food will be so much and little protein. The full eba, you know, just little. Does that make, does it does it make it balanced at all?
It's not
So-
well balanced.
Uh-huh.
Yes. So now for you to eat, we call it I'll say go green. Half
Go
of
green.
your food should be green. What do I mean by that? Half of it should be fruits and vegetables. Yes, because the fruits and vegetables, like I said earlier, contain nutrients, minerals, vitamins that actually help your body to fight against sickness and disease. And then also they don't have plenty of calories like in the carbohydrates. So they can also help you to maintain your weight and be fit. Now, the remaining half is now what you can now, the carbohydrate can be maybe about 60% of that other half.
Okay.
Then proteins can be maybe like 30% of that, 35%. Then you can now have some little fats and oils as well. So that's the way you balance it.
Okay, so when we talk about eating now, natural food, not just go and full eba,
No,
load it. Yes,
Reduce, cut it down, yes.
So you see this food, this small papa, you know, some
and
of
then,
this,
and then
you know
increase
that,
the protein a
yes,
bit.
yes. You know that sometimes we don't know how these things are being done, but I think to some reasonable extent, Nigerians are being able to make things in a smaller portion so that people can afford it. You know, you see them hawking, slice pawpaw, slice watermelon, all those stuff. It's just because we don't know how they come about it, but I think it's good if we buy, wash it and eat. Those ones are good. And that's something. Banana, they're all there, So just grab all these ones, not just the belief on by alone. The only way mama, but then you know you have eaten. When other things are there now, it will be a good and a balanced diet. We'll go for a break now. VIVID View.
Say and do it.
Welcome back. We are still discussing health protections against prolonged illness. What responsibility do individuals have in protecting their own health?
I tell people that the most important asset you have in this life is your body and your health. Yes, I know that in Africa we're very religious, very spiritual. I know your relationship with God is important. Yes, it is, but that's even spiritual.
It's also
Your physical asset, number one, is your body. Because without this body, you will not even be here. You won't be alive to say you want to achieve your goal, you have this dream, you want to make money, you want to have a family. It is the body and the health that guarantees that you are here. So you have to have that mindset that this is the most important thing you have. And then you must learn to take care of it. Yeah, earlier when I mentioned having a car, someone has a car and they value that car. They will maintain the car, clean the car, they will paint the car, make sure the car is in good condition. That is where you should see your body, that it is very, very valuable. It is what you need. See, if you are sick and you are bedridden, God forbid, you can't move around. You can't do anything. And we've seen people like that. Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, that created the iPhone that people carry around. He was a very rich man, one of the richest men in the world, was a billionaire in dollars. But you see, when he became sick, cancer, it was about 50-something years. That was the end. In fact, he could not even do anything again. For the last few weeks or months, he was bedridden. And that's when he realized that, look, money is important, but it's not everything. Health is more important, relationships are important. So have that mindset that your health is critical and you will do everything you can to maintain good health. Read about it, study about it, do the things you should do the exercise, rest well, sleep well, eat right, because this is your most important asset on earth.
That's why I began by saying that in reality, health is wealth. Because what can you really do when you are sick? There's nothing you can really do. But you must also begin to study your body by yourself. There are some feelings you have, this is what I need to. It's not everything you manage, especially our men. Men can manage, let me manage. Please, when you have certain things in your body, quickly go to the hospital. Yes, sometimes they say, I don't have money. I don't have this one. Stop giving all these excuses first. Tell somebody or your friend or whoever, please, I am not fine. I want to go to the hospital. They can help you. They can help. As long as you didn't beg the penny, you didn't tell the person, please give me money to go and buy a recharge card or give me money to buy a handset. My handset is not good. But if it's for your health, you speak out. They will help you. You will receive help. Don't play with your health, please. These are things because this is your own body now. You're not talking of Ehiliz's body, your own body. So in her little time, please go for medication. And stop this buying cross to chemist and buy without prescription. Okay, I had malaria yesterday. It's the same sign, it's the same headache. You want malaria again, go and buy again. Oh yeah. No, when you're saying it could be something else that caused the headache. So going to the hospital for examination is actually the best. Stop all self-medications. Self-medications even kill faster than any other thing. Because you don't even know. The way you have malaria last time could be 1+. This one and 2+. And you still want to go and use medicine for 1+. You just kill yourself. Please, let's take good care of our health. Very, very key. If we're going to do anything in this world, we must be healthy to do it. Even as you mentioned, going to church, you must be healthy. A sick man cannot serve God well. That is true. So you must be healthy to do whatever you want to achieve. So don't play with your health. Why is personal hygiene vital in preventing illnesses?
Yes, personal hygiene is critical in preventing illnesses because a lot of sickness and so many diseases actually come in because of poor hygiene, right? So you need to be clean. You know, there's a saying, they say cleanliness is next to godliness. Yeah, so even God wants you to be clean, wants a clean environment. So the way it works is this. I can give examples. For instance, when you use the toilet, you wash your hands. Because if you don't, you can transfer germs into your food. And that is why people that prepare food, it is very, very critical that they are always clean. Because you can cause problems for a lot of people. You can start something like a minor epidemic. Imagine your hands are not clean and then you prepare food. You are selling food, for instance. And then people come. We've had stories of people of cases where you had diarrhea. People like 100 people were affected. And maybe some people even died. Things like cholera and all those things, they are spread also from things like that. Most illnesses, it's about hygiene. That's why they will say, wash your hands. During COVID, we were told, wash your hand and also cover your face with the face mask. But that hand is, most times, the washing of the hand is always critical.
Sanitize.
Typhoid, for instance, is one of those sicknesses, typhoid fever, that comes majorly from hygiene. It's usually transferred from people's hands not being clean. So somebody maybe is infected with it, and then they transferred it to the food, and then from there, somebody eats the food. So hygiene is critical for health.
You just mentioned washing your hands. There are so many things. Even where you stay. You just jump up on your bed. You don't even care about dressing your bed. You just wake up from. You don't care. Many people just jump up like that. If you enter some people's room, oh my God. Personal hygiene is important. Washing your clothes. And iron. It's important. If you don't have light regularly, be careful. Be watchful. The moment they bring light, use opportunity. Iron as many as you can. Because you don't know when you're going to have light again. I'm using that as an example. They're selling solar now. I think they're small solar that you can now fit in your house and all that. So personal hygiene is very, very key. You know, cut your hair very clean. You know, be clean, look good. Young ladies, make your hair, wash your hair, plait it, and all that. So your shoes, clean it, polish. A personal hygiene, you never can tell. And then whatever, some mannerism, putting fingers in nose and all that. It's not right. So is this personal hygiene? We're not talking of brushing your teeth again, making sure your armpit is okay, the roll all you can use and all that. These are things. You will think I beg. By the time you pass somebody, oh my God, bad odor, or bad breath and all that. So please take care of yourself, so that you can, that money you're pursuing. If you break down in health, you will not pursue the money again. So you need to be strong to go out every day. Once you come back, struggle. Bathe before you sleep. Bathe in the morning. Bathe before you sleep. And then you have it, you enjoy your sleep. What does it really take? Like you go to the toilet and you want to come out and just, without washing your hands? At this modern world. But many are still doing it. The young ones, I'm just in a hurry. You need to be in health, good health, before you hurry. So that you don't hurry to your graveyard or to your graveside. Be in good health and then to prolong life. That's our topic today. So we just ensure you do all that doctor is telling us now. And even the little one you know that we may not be able to mention here, do that for your personal hygiene. But I will take a break now. We'll take a break now. Then it will be time for question and answer. Vivid View.
Say and do it.
Mr. Champion, I have 4 questions, sir. 1, how do you maintain a personal hygiene in a compromised, healthy environment? I have a friend, they are a family of 12 living in one room. How do you advise him to live healthily in such an environment? Secondly, sir, you talked about balanced diet. We know what the country is now. How do we balance our diet in a very tough economy? Give us practical solutions of meals we can take at a very affordable price. Number 3, sir, kindly elucidate between hypertension and hypotension. Between hypertension and hypotension. And finally, number 4, in a very hot weather, the country has been having erratic power supply and the weather has been hot. How can we maintain personal hygiene, knowing the fact that the weather is hot and we need to go to work? How do we do that appropriately? Thank you, sir.
My name is Precious Simon. At what age do we maintain our sugar consumption?
My name is Adebisi. I have 2 questions. 1, what causes arthritis when it comes to young people? And 2, in keeping hygiene, is fragrance recommendable and how safe it is? Thank you.
Welcome back. A lot of questions from the audience. Please, our guests, provide the answers. Thank you.
Thank you for the questions. I will attempt to face the panel. Okay, so yes, first of all, we talked about how to maintain hygiene in a compromised environment where you have overcrowding. Well, the first thing is you must take care of your own self. Do your best for yourself. Maintain that hygiene. Make sure you are clean. Take your bath regularly, every day, especially in our kind of environment because of the weather, the temperature. Make sure your clothes are clean. Make sure that when you prepare food, you wash your hands and be hygienic in preparing food. So do all the things that you can do for yourself. Now, yes, you can't control other people, but you can try, talk to them, encourage them. But keep your own self safe as much as possible, so that even if other people now do things around you, the effect will be minimal at most. So you take care of yourself as much as you can. Encourage them, talk to them, tell them the right things to do, but keep your own part. And maybe with time, as you're doing your own too, some of them will begin to learn from your example and things will get better. You can also try and help. Try and also keep the environment that you share clean. Maybe if you can sweep, you can do that, and encourage them to do that as well. With time, things can get better. And then as much as possible too, hopefully with time, you'll be out of that kind of environment. But while you are there, do your own bit as best as you can and then encourage others. Okay, food and economy. How do we eat a balanced diet with the economy? First of all, it's only Nigeria that has economic challenges. Even all over the world, go to the UK now, cost of living is high. In America too, they have challenges. And then with the recent things going on, the war and all that, it's everywhere. But then Here in Nigeria, let's be practical. How do we eat a balanced diet? They say prices of fruits, vegetables, they are going up, food is increasing. So, one, when you want to take fruits, look for the fruits that are in season, because at that time it's cheaper than it will be when it's not in season. That can help. Then also, the food that we eat, if you cannot eat 3 times a day, you can eat twice a day. Or make that as balanced as you can. That's another way to do it. There are always alternatives here and there. If you go to the market, look for the ones that are not so costly, that you can get for the price money that you have.
Wow.
So there are always cheaper alternatives here and there. For instance, when we talk about protein, I mentioned seafood. Seafood is usually more costly. So you can have cheaper options, maybe the animal meat or the fish. Some fish too has grades in terms of the prices. So you can look for the cheaper version of crayfish.
Very proteinous.
Yes, it's proteinous. Yes, so things like that. Eggs, they're also a good source of protein. So egg is very good and it's also healthy. So you can eat eggs. You can eat up to 2 eggs at a time if possible. So eggs are also good for protein. And so look at things around you that can be things like nuts. I also have some protein in them, although not as much. So look at alternatives that you can use. And then also, I think when you prepare food yourself, it's cheaper than when you eat out. So if you can prepare your own food, it's cheaper than when you go and eat in a restaurant or an eatery. It's more expensive. So if you can do more of that as much as you can, it helps. We also have food supplements, some tablets, multivitamins that if you take, maybe most of them, maybe 1 a day, can give you some of those nutrients in the fruits. So you can also add that to your diet if you can. So there are different ways. Just try and be creative and work best with what you have. And then, yes. The difference between hypertension and hypotension. Hyper means high, hypo means low. So hypertension is high blood pressure, which is not good for the health. Hypo is when it is low. Now, hypertension is quite common. It's common in the society, in different parts of the world. So for a lot of people, as they get older, they get to maybe 60, 70, they will probably even come down with hypertension because it might be part of the aging process. Not everybody, but at that age, it's not a strange thing. For younger people, there are other factors that can cause it. But hypertension is quite common. Hypo is not so common. So most times it's rare. So by the time you see somebody whose BP is low, then they should go to the hospital and let them check and be sure, to know what the problem is. But it's very rare. It's not something that is common. So that's why as doctors, we don't really bother to look out for hypertension in that sense. But if the person comes with it, then you should be in the hospital. The doctor will know what to do to ensure that they can treat you for it.
Yes, you have really said so. It's not really common, but once in a while, it happens. Because one of someone that relates to us also just called us one morning that the wife slumped and they rushed her to the hospital. I said, what was the cause? He said that her BP was low, which is this hypotension you just mentioned now. So it's once in a while. But thank God, thankfully, she was able to revive and she's still alive. So it's once in a while, actually, and that hypotension takes place. Okay.
And then also, when you check your blood pressure, everybody's BP is different. So some people, their BP is naturally lower than other people. So because you checked it today now and you think it's low, doesn't mean it's hypotension. That's why I say you have to go to the hospital. They have to check it like maybe 3 or 4 times and they will tell you, okay, this is your own normal BP. So you might say, oh, my BP is 90/60. Somebody's own is 120/80. And you are thinking you have hypotension. That might be your own normal BP. So you also need to be checking regularly. That's why it's good to check. So when you have your baseline, you will know. So if somebody just checks, maybe you check for 1 and say, you have hypotension. No, it's not that way. That might be your own normal BP. Okay, I think you also mentioned something about power supply. That when there is heat and all that, how do you maintain hygiene? You know, with the poor power supply we often encounter in our
country.
society.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, for the hygiene, in fact, for you to sleep well, your temperature should be low. When I mean low, in that if you are hot and sweaty, it's hard to sleep. So you have to reduce that temperature a bit. And one of the ways you can do it, fun, if you have air conditioning, you can do that. If you have the fan, you can do that. But when there's no light or no AC, then you have to improvise. So you can take a shower. In fact, many times I take shower like almost every night in the hot weather, even if I'm still going to sleep with the fan or AC or whatever, because your body needs to be cool. So taking a shower helps. You open the window, let breeze come in. With that already, temperature goes down. So, and then the shower too helps your hygiene. So when you shower at night, you wash off the germs on your body, and I think in this environment, if you take a shower, you should still use some soap, because you know they will say, just pour water. Here you are sweaty and all that, so you should use some soap as well for the shower. It might not be as much as you take in the morning, but use a little soap as well with the shower. So when you do that, you're already, helping your hygiene, and then it will help you to sleep better. So whether there's light or not, it's easier. You open the windows, let the breeze come in. So that helps with the hygiene. So now, what causes arthritis in young people is commoner in older people, right? Because most times it has to do with age. So the age affects the joints. We have what we call things like cartilage in the joint, and they begin to face wear and tear and all that. The ligaments may weaken a bit, But then in a younger person, one thing that could cause it could be injury. If a person could have an injury, an accident, and that can cause arthritis. So people that are into sports also, maybe they get injured regularly, they play football or whatever, they
It's
fall.
not properly treated.
Yes,
maybe.
not properly treated, that could lead to arthritis. So that is it. Then there may be other things that we need to check. Although I was going to mention, sickle cell doesn't really cause arthritis, but it can cause problems with the bones. So there might be some underlying issue too. If a young person has arthritis, they should see the doctor, and the doctor will examine them and know what the problem could be. About fragrances, okay, yes. So I think you asked that, are they harmful to the body? And then when it comes to hygiene, yes, when it comes to hygiene, it's advisable that one, you have your bath, wash your body with soap, like we said, preferably every day. Then we also oftentimes need to have some kind of deodorant, especially for the armpit, because of body odor. Because our environment is hot, and so body odor can come. So once a child is getting to become a teenager or an adolescent, that it comes up, and so the body odor becomes stronger, because you're an adult. So yes, you should have maybe a roll-on, or it might be a spray. But I think for some people, they're allergic to those things, so they also have to be careful. So maybe for those people, they might not be able to use it, but then they have to ensure that they keep themselves very clean. They have their bath maybe once or even twice a day, and make sure that they don't avoid things that will make them sweat too much. Right? Then for the perfume itself, perfume now is not for hygiene. It's more for you to smell good. Yes, and it creates a good impression when you get into a place and you smell nice, it's good. So it's okay. But then there are some concerns about, does it harm the body? Does it harm the health? Well, it's not well proven, but it may harm. So you don't use too much of it. Then maybe you can also put it on your clothes. Before they used to say don't put those things on your clothes, it will damage your clothes. But if you're not comfortable with it on your skin, because you are wondering that, can it cause health challenges for my skin, then you can just put it on your clothes instead, and then the fragrance still works for you.
I think maybe one of the reasons why she asked that question is that sometimes some people that that are allergic to this fragrance we talk about could be a mix of people, and it triggers their health condition. And so that's what she's saying. But we cannot say because of you alone, somebody else, because you usually know that one man's meat, another man's poison. So if you come to that kind of environment, you know your health, just excuse yourself a little bit, go away from the person that has it, and maybe you feel better. That's all I can add to the answer Dr. gave. All right,
yes. So that's a good contribution. Yes. So at what age do you maintain your sugar consumption? Okay, so we have said we have natural sugars in our foods, in our carbohydrates, in our fruits, vegetables. Most foods that we eat have some form of sugar or the other. You know, the fruits also have sugar in them. Your orange, your apple, virtually all the fruits have banana, they have sugar. And some are even high, like pineapple, for instance. In fact, even pineapple is something that you shouldn't take too much of it, even though it's natural, but the sugar is so high. Someone who is diabetic, for instance, should not take pineapple. So even if you're not diabetic, you should limit pineapple intake. Don't take too much. You can actually spice your sugar. Grapes also, you know, those small grapes still have a lot of sugar in them too. So don't take too much of it, you know, at the same time. Now, for sugar, the concern is the processed sugars. Most of our soft drinks, I don't want to mention the names, so that we know them. Soft drinks, your beer, your malt drink, your juice that you put in the pack, those processed sugars, actually, from even when you are a child, even for babies, we need to start watching the sugar. Even from babies. I know we give children sweets, we give them this and that. Well, fine, maybe because they are younger, their metabolism is faster, is different, and then they need a lot of energy. So that is why we may still tolerate a little for them. But ideally, from even the youngest age, you should avoid those sugars and do more of the natural sugars, because those things are harmful. And also, it's part of the aging process. So those sugars help the body to age faster. So even as a child, if you can avoid it for your children as much as possible, that's the best way to go. So at any age, we need to cut off or reduce the processed sugars that we take.
Thank you so much, Doctor, for those answers provided for those questions. Where we have your parting words.
Health is wealth is a popular saying, but it's not just a cliche. It's a real truth. Because your health is your most important asset, and it is also what is the fuel you need, the energy you need to achieve your goals. So you want to make money, for instance. It is your body and your health that you will transform into that energy that you need to create whatever wealth you need. So let's take very, very important value on our health. It is very, very important. It's what you need for life and to achieve all the things you want to achieve. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. I think we have had enough of this. When we talk about this, of course, everybody knows that VIVID View stands for the youth. So we're talking about youth now. It's better for you to start taking good care of your health now so that you can last longer, you know, come to your old age. Because if you don't do that, by the time you get to 40, 50, you're already broken down. So take good care of yourself now before it's actually too late. I want to thank God for giving the opportunity to do what we are doing now. And of course, the executive director, the production crew, our guests, of course, thank you so much. Audience seated here and viewers, well, thank you for joining us. And we also want to appreciate our sponsors for also standing by us, because without them, we will not be on air. I want to invite artist Sunki to sign out this program. Join us next week in all our social media handles. I am EHILIZ, your host. Vivid View.
Say and do it.
View with EHILIZ. Whatever I think, I could do it. Whatever I say, I could do it. And you. Iba, 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 Iba. Iba, 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 Iba. Ọlọ́jọ́ bí mojúbà o, ọba wákàtí mojúbà o, ọba onídédé mojúbà o. Ó ṣe dédé pẹ̀lú mi nígbà táyé ní ibi ò ṣe dédé mọ́. Ancient of days, I worship you from the depth of my heart. I elevate you. You have been so good to me all along. Bó bá jẹ́ èèyàn ló ń ṣe, wọ́n máa sì regún. Wá ní ibi tó dé yẹn, àwa lágbèdè bẹ̀ o. Ọlọ́run alágbára gíga, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ rẹ o. Ọba fún ni má sì regún, o ṣé, o ṣé, o ṣé, o ṣé. Bó bá jẹ́ èèyàn ló ń ṣe, wọ́n máa sì regún. Wá níbi tó dé yẹn, àwa lágbèdè bẹ̀ o. Ẹ ṣé, ẹ ṣé, ẹ ṣé. Bàbá ẹ ṣé, ẹ ṣé. Iba, 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 Iba. Thank you very much.